Hi, my name is Averie Stokes-Thomas. I'm getting on here because I wanted to create a YouTube channel for a really long time. And I guess I've just been nervous about it, and I've had like anxiety. And when I was growing up at my mom's house or with my parents, with my one parent, she like never let me have a YouTube channel. And I'm 19 now, so I could have already been had it for a year. But that whole year that I could have had a channel and started one, I was having anxiety about it. I was worried about people were going to say about me. And I was just going through it. And so I just figured it wasn't a good time. 2 months ago, I was actually going to buy a camera to start, but I just didn't. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, people literally start their channels on their phone or whatever all the time. Like, and I use like Apple products, so I'm assuming the quality can't be that bad. Obviously, it's pretty good. So I just decided, like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna start it. I don't care what people say about me. I've had enough people bully me my entire life. I've had enough people talk down on me, so we're not even gonna like talk about it. At least not right now. Like, you're gonna get to know me. I'll get to know you. You can ask any questions that you want, like, down below, and then we'll just kind of like get started. I'm not even going to do like any cuts in this video. I think we're just gonna like just really cut to the chase. I'm gonna go over where in this whole video. My first video is strictly on where, like, me becoming a medical assistant. It's gonna go over who I'm training with, or where I'm going to school to study it. As I'm gonna go over how I'm studying to take the national exam, who I'm taking the national exam with, and all the details of taking that particular test. I'm gonna clear up a couple of like misconceptions or questions or things that people don't know on YouTube, and bring more light to medical assisting and how to test for it, because I found that on YouTube there are a couple of good people that you can ask on YouTube, but sometimes even they don't know. So I do quite a bit of research when I go to do something, and especially when it's very important to me. So I'm going to go over all of that and clear up some things, answer some questions. And then pretty much, like I said, if you guys have any questions, even if it's not about medical assisting, if it is, great, drop it down below. If it's not, if you have a question about anything about me, just go ahead and ask down below, and then I should be able to respond. So we're just gonna kind of like keep it short and simple. And yeah, let's start. So you already know I'm taking a medical assisting course, but there's something about the course that I'm taking that's a little bit unique. I'm taking it online. Now, let me back up so people don't like rage in the comments, or rage at me. I did not just jump into first of all, let me clear up something. For people that no matter how they get into the medical field, it doesn't matter. Yes, having prior experience or starting at the bottom is always I guess like admired or preferred, because I know some, like, even nursing programs, they won't even consider you unless you have like prior like nursing assistant experience or some type of medical experience. But if you're just getting into medical assisting and this is your first time being in medical, welcome. Like, if you have prior experience, even better, welcome. That's great, whatever. No matter where you are, whether you've been working in the medical field for a long time or you're just starting, this is something that's doable. That's the first thing I want to say. It is doable. It is possible. So I'm just gonna, like I said, go over, like I said, all of the details. So I am taking an online medical assisting course. It's fully online. There's nothing in person. I think the only time you would go in person would be to take the actual national exam, and I don't even think they're doing that now because of COVID. Everything's online, literally. The program, the company that I'm taking the program with, it is called Advanced Clinical Training. They also have their like acronym called ACT, not like the high school ACT, but that's their acronym for Advanced Clinical Training. They do have a medical assisting program on there. You have up to a year after you like pay the program. You have up to a year to be able to complete the course in full. Not taking the exam, but you at least need to finish the course within a year of signing up and paying for it. And it's a nice program. It's all in modules. There are 15 modules, but ones where you'll actually be going over like course material for the test are going to be 13 modules. The last 2 modules, those go over how to prepare for the exam and then actually applying and registering for the actual exam. So I'm going to go over kind of like how I've been studying, how long I've been studying, and what I plan to do. I signed up for the course October 31st of this year, 2020, and you can complete the course in as little as 8 weeks. Now let me tell you this, it is geared towards or intended for pre-physician assistant students, pre-nursing students, and pre-med students. You would have to get more so detailed information on that if you can go into it without that intention, but I don't think they'd be that strict on it. But like I said, it's not my company, so you'll have to ask the details on that. So I did start the course October 31st. I did start studying that day on Halloween, and I'm gonna be able to do it in 8 weeks. So the course actual like fee, like not fees, but the course like cost fluctuates. When I signed up for the course, it was about $1,200, but I know the price has changed since then. But let's say you sign up for the course this December and it's $1,400, and then it raises $1,600 in January. You're already grandfathered, and you're not going to have to pay that extra $200 if they threw on. That's for people that aren't already signed up yet. Yeah, they're going to have to pay that. If you want more details on it, I would probably you can either contact me, or you can contact them as well. They have all their contact information on the website. And I'll also link it down below. If you type in because it was really hard for me to find. It took me like 4 hours to find this website, but I was so glad I found it. If you type in ADCLIN, ADCLIN space nursing on Google, you should see like advanced clinical training, or it'll pull up as like ACT, like I said, and you should be able to find it. So I don't want to spend too much time like, not getting into the details, but I'm ready to get into the details because I'm ready to show what I'm doing and how the program is going. I already told you kind of like about the modules. When you sign up for the program, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and know what to do. But it's a really nice program in my opinion, especially for online. I didn't think it was going to be that comprehensive as it actually ended up being, so that was really nice. But I ended up using this planner. It is like a physical planner, but I ended up using this planner. You can't really see it because of the, I don't know, whatever. But I ended up using this planner, and it had all of my like, wow, it is very bright. You can't even see it. Okay, well, it has my schedule on it, my study schedule that I have to be able to like kind of like keep track. I haven't been able to keep track of it as best as I like wanted to, but it is what it is. Stuff happens, but I'm trying to stick to it as best as I can. So right now I'm on module 6, so I am about half done with the course. So there's my like kind of like study plan. I try to get, so let me say this, 2 modules open up every week. So I don't know if they do it on the exact day that you signed up. I know I signed up on a Saturday, so I just remind myself every Saturday, like, hey, 2 new modules are coming up. I don't know if they're that particular about it. It might just open up every, like week in general. But I think they're going to be specific about the specific day that you signed up of the week for the course, because they have to time it for that 8 weeks exactly. So like I said, I signed up on a Saturday, so I know every Saturday 2 new modules open up for me. So when you first sign up, when you sign up, the welcome to the course, and then modules 1 and 2 are going to be open. Then week 2, modules 3 and 4 are going to be open. Week 3, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7. You basically get it until you get to the end. Now, they do have you do have access to study materials within the course that'll help you review through the NHA and a couple of other programs. But I wanted something physical because literally all of it's online. There's no textbooks, which is, it's fine. Like, a bunch of people now like being paperless. Like, it saves paper, we're saving trees. It's fine. But I wanted something that I could physically write. So I got this book, which I don't even know why. This one is showing up way better than my planner. But it's by Kaplan. Now, it's not the actual NHA book. I did want the actual NHA book. But there's a portal within the specific course that I'm taking where you'll basically have access to the online version of what they go over in the book. But like I said, in particular, I wanted something in physical, but I didn't want to have to pay $52 for the NHA book. Like, it just wasn't in my budget. I need something a little bit more like cheaper. So not everything necessarily is going to be exactly like how the NHA test will go, but it should give you the core foundation of what to study for the test, and it's the cheaper option because, like I said, the book was $52, which some people can afford, but when I'm paying tuition and I have my own personal bills to pay, it was kind of, like pulling my wallet. So I went ahead and got this. You can order this on Amazon. Now, I got it for about $35.99, but after tax it was like $38 here. But you can get it on Amazon for like $19, like $18.76, like $19. You can order it on Amazon. The only reason mine was more expensive was because I bought it from Barnes and Noble. And the reason I did that and didn't order off Amazon was because I was being impatient. It was like December 1st, and I'm trying to take my certification test by the end of this month of December. And I was just like freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have but so many days to review and get this course done and everything else. So I just went ahead and, because they had it in person, I would have had to wait a couple of days to get it from Amazon. So I just went ahead and I saw Barnes and Noble had it, so I just went ahead and went to the store and then picked this up. Yes, a like impulsive purchase, but it really wasn't impulsive. It's something I needed, bottom line. So I didn't mind paying the extra $15, but could I have waited the extra couple days? Yeah, but I was just freaking out. Sometimes people just do those things. So then here's my binder. Not a lot in it, not too jazzy or fun or anything. But I will say this. These binders, these are by 5 Star, and they're like this special like plasticky like material. They are so nice. Like, you hear that? Like, they are so nice. And I got them from Walmart. And they're just like really nice. Like, I don't use paper. I don't even use regular plastic because they tear. I've had this for over a year. This folder and over a year, and it's basically brand new. Yes, I haven't used it, but it's still been sitting in the house and it looks brand new and nothing's wrong with it. It's just really nice. And also, I don't know what the plan is going to be now, but if someone's interested in someone's interested in how I'm studying more so in detail, or if someone was looking to purchase my study materials, that could be something that I look into the future. If you're interested in that, let me know. Like I said, the reason I'm making this video is because there's not a lot of information about it, like on YouTube, and actually to hear someone talk about it and the details and know everything that's going on. I'd say the most beneficial people or channels on YouTube that I've seen so far, by far, it's called, her channel, I don't know her name, like her first real name, but I know her channel is called Getting Things Done. And she's really nice, it seems like, and sorry for burping, but she seems really nice, and she was probably the most informative person on YouTube by far, to go over everything that you need to know about the test and taking it through NHA and how to study, etc. So I'm just going to go over mine. So here's my binder in my folder, not a lot in it. But what I have in it is very important, and I don't even know if people know this exists. But if you have access to a computer and a printer, I would definitely print this off if you're taking it. So this just goes over like what's included in my course, which I'm not going to necessarily like show, because like I said, this is just the syllabus basically. If you sign up for the course, you'll see exactly what's in it. But here's what I will show, and this basically, so let me explain this. There was some confusion on YouTube about basically people, they were like, well, why is there 180 questions on my test and it's only supposed to be 150? So unless your MA program that you're in or you're taking is covering the course within the tuition, the test is about $155. You have 3 hours to take the test. Like I said, because of COVID, I think they're doing it online with a proctor. But normally they do it in person, or they're doing a combination of both. And the test is 150 questions. Like I said, you have 3 hours to take it. But those 30 questions that people are seeing at the beginning, which is making the test look like 180 questions, which it technically is, but it's not, because only the 150 after the 30 pre-test count. So the 30 in the beginning are there because they're basically like test dummy questions, to see if those would be good questions to ask future testers that are taking the test. They're basically just seeing like if it's a good run or not, where testers confused on it, etc., etc. At least that's what I read online when I looked up why are there 30 extra questions in the beginning. So the 150 that you're actually getting tested on actually have like information. Jeez, this like, you can't even see it. Here you go. But I know it's kind of backwards on my end. This is basically what the whole test goes over. And you can find this online. If you search National Healthcare Association, which is the NHA, which is, if you're taking the course through the NHA, is, their legit website, it'll tell you everything to go over. So this is the summary test plan that you can literally just print out or look at online. And it goes over basically the test. Doesn't give you answers or anything. It just gives you the outline of what should be focused on for the test. So this is like the summary, but you can get a detailed test plan, which I also have here. So I will go over what it says on the paper. So for 15 questions of the test, of the 150, not the 30, you have the 30 pre-test, but the actual 150 questions that count, they are weighted. Question 1 could be 1 point, question 2 could be 5 points. It's not 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, etc. They're weighted. So the 15 of the questions, this is what at least says, 15 of the questions of the 150 questions of the test will focus on the topic of foundational knowledge and basic science, which consists of healthcare systems and settings, medical terminology, basic pharmacology, nutrition, and psychology, which those 15 questions count for 10% of the test. It'll also go over anatomy and physiology, or A&P, that'll consist of body structures and organ systems, pathophysiology and disease processes, and microbiology, which are going to represent 12 questions, or 8% of the test. Then a big portion of the test will focus on clinical patient care, which focuses on general patient care, infection control, testing and laboratory procedures, phlebotomy, and EKG and cardiovascular. Oh, no, wait a minute. I just messed that up. No, disregard what I just said. So 81 questions of the test, which will represent 54% of the test, will focus on clinical patient care. About 46 or 47 questions of the test will focus on general patient care, which will represent 31% of the test. Infection control will represent about 8% or 12 questions of the test. Testing and laboratory procedures will represent about 7 or 8 questions. Phlebotomy, about 7 or 8 questions. EKG and cardiovascular testing, about 7 or 8 questions. And then patient care coordination education, about 7 or 8 questions. You'll have about 19 or 20 questions on administrative assisting, about 7 or 8 questions on communication and customer service, and about 7 or 8 questions on medical law and ethics. And like I said, this is just what it looks like. I don't know if you can see or not, but if you look up NHA and put in NHA CCMA summary test plan, you can find exactly what I just read off. That should help you quite a bit, so you'll know what to focus on. And then if you also look at the detailed version, which is a little bit different from this, but it basically, all of these categories that I just read off, it goes over it in detail. So what exactly, like for instance, what exactly about medical terminology? What exactly about basic pharmacology? What exactly about general and clinical patient care? It'll tell you. Like for instance, okay, what exactly in infection control are you looking for me to look at? Are we looking at standard and transmission-based precautions? Are we looking at, how to don and doff PPE? What are we looking at exactly? You can't just say, okay, well, now I know what to do because I know it's on infection control. That's good, but you don't know exactly what about infection control or what that consists of infection control you should be looking at. So if you look at this detailed, test plan, it'll go over exactly like, okay, healthcare, like foundational knowledge and basic science, which is one of the concepts or one of the topics that I listed in the beginning for the summary test plan. Okay, it tells you healthcare systems and knowledge of healthcare systems and settings, roles and responsibilities of the MA, other healthcare providers and allied health professionals, scope of practice, titles and credentials, etc., etc. If I flip to like a random area, like for instance, let's see, not that one. Okay, patient care and coordination. It's telling me knowledge of, review patient record prior to visit to ensure healthcare is comprehensively addressed. Participation in transition of care for patient, like etc., etc. It tells you all of that. So if I were you, if you're taking the test through the NHA, I would look at that. That should help. But pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And I can actually, if you guys want to see the inside of the book that I'm using to review, like I said, it's not the NHA book. I wish I had the physical NHA book, but it was just too pricey for me right now. So I went ahead and just bought the Kaplan book, which is not that bad, because when you go in it, when it's starting, they go over, I'm realizing now that a lot of the stuff that you go over in MA school in general is very similar to nursing school. Now, mind you, I was in an LPN program, so it could be different, because I know RN programs go through more detail and it's a little bit more rigorous, but it's very, the testing techniques and all of that is very similar to nursing school. Let me see, I'm trying to find something that was like really important. I have to go back over this, but there's one portion of this book where it says like pick the best answer, not pick not the best answer, but just pick the most relevant, like what makes the most sense for the question. Pick the most relevant answer. Don't pick the most correct answer, or it's very specific. And if you go to nursing school, you know what I'm talking about as far as those types of questions. But it goes over test taking skills and strategies. Let me look at the summary in the front. It goes over medications, minor surgery, practice, and there's practice tests at the end of this. It goes over emergencies, emergency procedures, professional and legal knowledge, office administration, financial management, psychology, nutrition, A&P, medical terminology. It goes over everything. So I'm pretty sure that this shouldn't steer far off of what the NHA book is like, and it's way more, it's about a fifth of the price, like 2/5 of the price of the NHA book, and you can get it. If you can swing the $52, that's fine. Or if you're, even better, if your program includes the book, which a lot of nursing programs do include the NHA book, or the medical assisting programs do include the NHA book within their curriculum, that's even better, so you don't have to worry about coming out of your own pocket for it. But if you can't afford that, then this is an option. I know Elsevier, they have their own medical assisting like review practice book. So that's an option that I've seen. There's a couple of budget books on Amazon that aren't necessarily by big brands like Kaplan or Elsevier NHA, but they're still review books if you're